What is good, YouTube, man? Today I'm back with you guys with the nation for another video, and today do we got some news, man? I don't know if I want to keep bringing, man. I don't know if I want to have to keep bringing these news videos because they always seem to be bad. But before I get into today's topic, man, I have to give a big shout out to the one, the only Icy Nate. Yet again, you already know, comes in clutch with today's thumbnail. So please, if you want more Raiders content, go check out his YouTube page at icy_Nate. Also on his Instagram, Raiders.rhythm, I believe. So go check him out if you want more great Raiders content. But today, let's get into today's video, man. And the main topic, you could tell by the title, the Raiders have released former 19th overall pick, former first-round pick, former Ohio State player, Damon Arnette. Now, I do want to clear the air with some of this stuff, man, because I know Damon Arnette has not been nowhere near productive, nowhere near what we needed out of a first-round corner, right? He's been bad. He has been bad. He's been bit with the injury bug, and you know, it looks like he's been putting more time into other things, other hobbies, and all that kind of stuff. But what I will say is, because I have been getting this asked a lot today. Now, that is, with Ruggs' situation, guys, the reason why we saved so much money with Ruggs was because the NFL clearly, I mean, there was no case that needed to be made. The reason why we made money so quick off of the Ruggs situation was because he clearly violated so many rules of his contract, right? He violated so many rules of his contract that the NFL had no problem with telling the Raiders, it's a green light. You can release him. There will be no penalties. We will void his contract. We will terminate his contract, as he violated a bunch of terms that he should not violate. Now, the thing is with Damon Arnette, we are yet to know if with this release, we are trying to make a case with the video that he made of him with waving the guns around, threatening someone's life. We're trying to make a case with the NFL to see if that's enough evidence and if that's enough, proof that we can use to therefore terminate and not have to take on any of his guaranteed money. So at this moment, as I'm recording this video, we did release Damon Arnette, yes, but we are not sure how much of his contract we still have to take on. It's not like the Henry Ruggs situation where we free up $8 million in 2022 and I believe $6 million next year. It's not like that. Henry Ruggs clearly violated multiple rules and terms and all that kind of stuff in his contract. This, we are probably going to try and make a case that Damon Arnette violated some rules and terms within his contract, therefore meaning we won't have to pay him his guaranteed money. So as of now, we still owe Damon Arnette some money, but I highly doubt it, as he was threatening to take someone's life. And I think he waved about 3 to 4 guns on his Instagram, right? And he was going on freaking rampages and DMs and all that kind of stuff on Instagram. So we'll see. I do think that we'll end up winning, or not winning, but I do end up thinking that we'll get the result that we want, and we won't have to pay him any money in terms of his contract of guaranteed money. So I do think we're going to save, I believe it's $4.6 million once that does go through. And that's pretty big. $4.6 million is pretty big, and the reason why it is because of the other person that's on this thumbnail, and that is Odell Beckham, right? Odell Beckham right now is trying to clear waivers. There's been multiple teams off the top of my head. It is the Giants, the 49ers, and the Jaguars all came out as teams that will not put in a claim for Odell Beckham. And those are all teams that have the money to put in a claim for him, right? So Odell Beckham is yet to clear waivers. We will know as soon as tomorrow morning. But it is very interesting. It is very interesting. Now, hopefully the NFL can give us a result to Damon Arnette's situation sooner rather than later, to possibly be able to put in a move to make to make a move on free agent. Hopefully he'll be a free agent at the time, Odell Beckham Jr. Now, I know that we just signed a good deep threat in Desean Jackson, but at the same time, I felt that we lacked a lot of explosiveness on this offense, right? Our wide receiver 2 and Bryan Edwards was not getting open. Our wide receiver 3 was not getting open in Zay Jones. It was all Waller, it was all Renfro, and it was all Kenyon Drake, right? In terms of the passing game. So do I want Odell Beckham now? Of course. Do I think that this stunts our chances for maybe a Devontae Adams next year? Maybe. We'll see. But I would love for us to make a play for Odell Beckham. So hopefully this Damon Arnette situation can get swept under the rug with the NFL. Hopefully they can clear the situation up if we had to pay him his guaranteed money or not. But I really don't think so. I mean, he was threatening to take somebody's life on Instagram, on live, and then posted it. Not a smart thing to do at all. Damon Arnette, man, as far as a player, I saw a lot of talent in this guy. There's not many people in this league that ran stride for stride with Tyreek Hill, and he did it. He did it a couple of times, right? So I saw the talent, I saw the potential, but man, if it wasn't an injury, it was something else, right? It was something else. I mean, it was just bad. If it wasn't an injury, it was illness, it was COVID. And let's be honest, from what we saw from Damon Arnette, it just didn't look like he was a motivated player. It looked like he had more priorities in his hobbies, right, in his rapping and other stuff. So I don't mind this move at all. I'm not disappointed in Damon Arnette. I'm more disappointed in our staff that drafted him, that brought him in. You know, Mike Mayock did mention that Damon Arnette was a guy that they spent countless times working with him and working with Ohio State staff before we drafted him to make sure that he would be a good fit here, right? And it just so happens that he was, right? So our 2020 draft class, I mean, Lynn Bowden got traded before he even played a snap from the Raiders. Henry Ruggs situation, I mean, it is what it is. Damon Arnette situation, it is what it is. I mean, we let Tanner Muse go before he ever played a snap for the Raiders. And all that's left is Bryan Edwards and Amik Robertson. That's all that's left. That is all that's left. I mean, you do have John Simpson too as well, but I mean, that 2020 draft class, wow, it's been a letdown. It's definitely been a letdown. I mean, obviously, Amik Robertson and John Simpson have been taking steps forward. As far as Bryan Edwards, I mean, a lot of people had this guy as a possible #1 wide receiver going into this year. Hopefully he was going to get his chance to really emerge into that guy this year. But I definitely think that Bryan Edwards has had his fair share of chances, especially this last week. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that you were the #1 receiver on the team last week, and you caught no passes. Derek Carr threw the ball 46 times. You caught no passes. That is not good whatsoever. So yeah, that 2020 draft class is a head scratch, to say the least, to say the freaking least. But I do want to talk a little bit on what Mike Mayock did mention earlier today. And #1, that was our 3rd round pick from this year's draft class. As we all know, we have not seen Malcolm Koonce on the field at all. Malcolm Koonce has not been on the field. He has not been doing anything in terms of production on game day. I do think that after the preseason, I believe that they really felt like he needed more time. So I felt like all these days and all these games that we've had him on the inactive list, I really feel like what they've been doing is just giving him all these weeks to either bulk up or really understand and really feel out NFL football, right? I really feel like that's what we've been doing with Malcolm Koonce, because you got to think about it. It's 2.5 months into the season. He hasn't played football yet. So this is an extra 2.5 months that he's had to just practice. So hopefully he's really getting good work in. Mike Mayock said that we are going to see more of a Malcolm Koonce role in the near future. So who knows how much that is. I mean, it really wouldn't take much. It would literally take one snap on special teams for that to come true, right? We haven't seen Malcolm Koonce at all. But I mean, we haven't really had to. Carl Nassib has been playing great for his role. Obviously, Yannick Ngakoue and Max Crosby have been doing what they need to be doing. Cleveland Porfiro has been pretty average, if I may say so myself. So I'm glad to see that we're possibly going to get another rotational piece in the lineup soon. And the last news for today is our newly acquired wide receiver from the formerly from the Los Angeles Rams, Desean Jackson. Man, this dude is really happy to be here. He is really happy to be here, and I love that. I love that a lot. I love that a lot. He looks very, very excited. From sources said he will be wearing the number 1. If so, I really, really, really want to wait until I see him with that number 1 on. But if so, I am going to be this close from buying that jersey, man. I don't care if this man plays just the rest of this season and that's it. That Desean Jackson number 1 jersey, if he does wear that number 1, man, I need to buy it. I definitely need to buy it. But Raider Nation, let me know what your guys' thoughts on, the whole Damon Arnette situation, Malcolm Koonce, all this kind of stuff. Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. I really try to get after it, man. But you guys have been showing some insane amount of support. And my only free time is in and out when I have a small little break at work. And I'd really try and reply or at least hit the like button on your guys' comments, man. But always comment in that comment section down below. I do read at least 95% of them, man. So yes, without further ado, Raider Nation, that is it for today. Thank you for watching on the road to 3,000 subscribers. But that'll be it. Love y'all, nation. Peace.